Hey guys, Morgan here. Welcome to the Daily Draft, where we take Magic one draft at a time and have been for we have been for 100 drafts now. That's super exciting, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, specialness-wise. Something is going to happen, I guarantee it. But, been really busy with school, and work, and other work, and third work? Is that what that's called? So, haven't been really able to throw something together, but I will. I will also be doing a kind of state of the daily draft thing after this video, so look out for that. For now, we are once more in an Oath of the Gatewatch release pack per win Swiss draft, and that's pretty exciting. So we'll wait for 6 more people now to join the queue, and I'll see you when that happens. We are back with a not great rare. Inverter of Truth, 6/6 Flying Devoid Mythic. When it enters the battlefield, exile all cards from your library face down, and then shuffle all cards from your graveyard into your library. This is kind of a neat card, but not really one that I'm very interested in. I'd rather have Cyclone Sire, I'd rather have Goblin Freerunner, I'd rather have Kozilek Shrieker, actually. Much better Eldrazi IMO. We're just gonna go ahead and take the Cyclone Sire here. It's a 3/4 flyer that makes a 3/3, and I like playing blue still. Surprise! So I'm fine with taking it. So rare still here. Oath of Gideon. When it enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 white core ally tokens onto the battlefield. Each planeswalker you control enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter. Not super applicable in limited. It's definitely worse than Grasp of Darkness, worse than Freerunner, Oblivion Strike, Stalking Drone, maybe even Hedron Crawler. Here, I think I'm going to take the Oblivion Strike over the Grasp of Darkness. It's a little less committal. It can be splashed if I wanted, and it's more, it has less restrictions too, so I can use this to get rid of anything from a big Eldrazi to a small utility creature, and I'll be happy with that. Let's see, Baloth Pup, not something I'm super interested in. Reaver Drone is not great. I like Slaughter Drone here. I also like Hedron Crawler and Tar Snare. I could take a Slaughter Drone. I think I'd rather have it over the Hedron Crawler. It cuts back a little bit more, and having the body is pretty relevant. I'll have more opportunities to pick up colorless mana sources, I'm sure. So right now I'm just going to take the 2/2. Spatial Contortion is pretty nice here. There's also a Cultivator Drone, a Gravity Negator, a Reality Hemorrhage, a Science Summoner. There's a bunch of stuff. But Spatial Contortion is a great removal spell / finisher on Cyclone Sire. Just kidding. And it definitely gives me a direction to go above and beyond this guy right here. Here, I think I want a Goblin Freerunner over Comparative Analysis, Unity of Purpose, What is the End, or even Wastes. I think that, well, maybe Wastes is better, but I like the idea of taking the Freerunner here as a way to kind of jazz up my Oblivion Strikes. I could also consider taking the Tajuru Pathwarden, and if we get past a Baloth Null, we'll just be rewarded, but I'm gonna take a Freerunner, see how that goes. Voidgrafter is sweet. Gravity Negator is much better in this deck though, because, you know, Voidgrafter is completely the wrong color. There's another Wastes that we're passing, but I think I'm still at the point where I'd rather take the creature, especially since, ooh, hello friend. Alright, well, I guess Freerunner's gonna go over here. Crumbling Vestige, also worth looking at, but Mind Melter is just such a great uncommon for this deck that I'm very happy to take it. Mind Melter is a 2/2 for 1 a blue and a black that can't be blocked, and I can pay 3 and a colorless to have target opponent exile a card from his or her hand. But yeah, Kozilek's Translator, Dwar Avenger are both good for the deck too, so maybe indicating that our colors are open. Here, I think I take Submerged Boneyard, maybe Unknown Shores. Both of them are mana fixing. Unknown Shores adds colorless though. There's also Kozilek's Shrieker, which is worth looking at. It's a 3/2 that can get bigger and trade with big things. I think I just want the Boneyard though. I'll have fewer opportunities to pick that one up. Visions of Brutality, kind of pacifism. Enchanted creature can't block, and whenever an enchanted creature deals damage, its controller loses that much life. I'd rather have the Shrieker or the Wastes. I think I just take the Shrieker though. There's other sources of colorless mana that are floating around in the format, so I'm not going to prioritize them as much as I could be. I'd rather fill out my curve a little bit more before I start taking Wastes. And the amount that have been coming around so far is pretty encouraging. See, and I even got the prettier one. So, fairly happy about that. Gonna take a Containment Membrane here. As of right now, planning on playing it. We didn't see any Blinding Drones. I don't think we're wheeling the Cultivator Drone that was in the same pack as the Mind Melter, which is unfortunate. I like that card. Ooh, I actually kind of like Witness the End in this deck. Kind of. I'll end up playing Witness the End if I get good processors, like Blight Herder or Rune Processor from the Battle for Zendikar pack. So here, yeah, we're gonna definitely be prioritizing non-land sources of colorless mana. I might even end up playing this Abstruse Interference, depending on how many colorless sources I have, because it does make an Eldrazi Scion that I can use in a pinch for like Spatial Contortion. I have 4 things right now that have colorless activations, which is I'll probably need like a Hedron Crawler or a Translator or something. Ding, full art land. Can't believe we wheeled that. So we've got Warden of Geometries, which is, in my opinion, one of the worst sources of colorless mana. Umara Entanglers, a sweet 2-drop. Void Shatters, pretty sweet. Not going to take a Submerged Boneyard this early in the pack. I could take a Dwar Isle Avenger, potentially, or Tar Snare. The thing about Tar Snare is I have to be interested in blocking, which I'm currently not. It's kind of a meh pack, I think. I think I want the Kozilek's Channeler or Translator. I like Oracle of Dust from Battle for Zendikar, and Kozilek's Translator is, in this deck, more useful Oracle of Dust, so we're gonna go ahead and take it. Here, wow, basically pretty similar pack. There's 2 rares that are both red, so if I had gone red, I'd be very happy. Grip of the Royals, kind of defensive, not really what I'm looking for. Take a Warden of Geometries this time. If this was a Cultivator Drone, I'd snap it off, but I'm still not really interested in it. But I think I'd rather have, I guess it's between the Dwar Isle Avenger and the Warden of Geometries. I want to kind of stay away from too many like hard 5-drops, which Cyclone Sire and Kozilek's Translator are. Dwar Isle Avenger is less like that. I mean, if it's the second spell I cast a turn, it'll be nice. Grip of the Royal is pretty good, but I don't know about it. I think I'm going to take the Warden of Geometries to kind of hedge on my colorless sources. Speaking of, Corrupted Crossroads is pretty sweet. It taps to add colors to your mana pool, or you can pay 1 life to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So yeah, I'm probably taking that over like a Numara Entangler, and if I get a sweet Devoid card either later in this pack or from Battle for Zendikar, well, I can consider splashing it now. Well, Flaying Tendrils is a colorless spell that I could see taking. So far, all of my creatures die to it, though, so I'm less interested in that. I think this time I take this Jwara Avenger over, like, Submerged Boneyard and Tarsnare. This pack is kind of drying up a little bit faster than I'd like. Kozilek's Pathfinder is a pretty good card to have in these kind of grindier decks, although I don't really have a lot of ways to grind out the game quite yet, which is great. We're gonna go ahead and take it though. It's a 5/5 for 6, which is pretty big. I found that that's something that I want in this kind of deck. Here, I think I'm gonna take the Crumbling Vestige. I could take Corpse Churn or Containment Membrane, I suppose, but yeah, we're just gonna take the Crumbling Vestige. It's another colorless mana source that is reusable, which is pretty great. We haven't gotten a single, I'd like to point out, single Cultivator Drone yet, so maybe there's actually somebody else in the blue-black deck, which is kind of weird because we got this Mind Melter in a pack with a Cultivator Drone. Huh. Ooh, we could have 2 Corrupted Crossroadses or 2 Crumbling Vestiges. I think I'm just gonna take another Kozilek Shrieker though. We're pretty creature light right now, and card's pretty good. It's another way to like kind of grind out the late game. Here I'll take Umara Entangler. It's a 2-drop. Not a lot else to say about it. Taking it over the wastes. Now I'm a little bit more satisfied by our number of colorless mana sources. Could take another Submerged Boneyard. I could also see taking Void Shatter, Umara Entangler, or Warden. Any of those actually makes sense to me. I think I just want another Submerged Boneyard. Alright, well, we wield Grip of the Royal. There's also a comparative analysis in this pack. I think we just take the Grip of the Royal, though. It's not necessarily... Oh, hey. Super... It's not usually... It doesn't have to be defensive. Or aggressive, I guess. It can be defensive, but... with like double Umara Entangler, double Kozilek Shrieker, we could have a pretty aggressive deck, honestly. Like Gravity Negator. Oh man, we got a Floral Land from this pack too. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with my mana fixing. If I pick up an Evolving Wilds, that's fine, but otherwise, like, just looking for 5 to 6 more playables. Which we should be able to do, right? Guys? Alright, alright. I can dig it. There's also a Complete Disregard, but I think I'd rather have the creature. What have we got? We've got Oblivion Strike. Actually, it doesn't do a whole lot right now. But I think if we get past a Complete Disregard or something, we'd also be in pretty good shape. We could pick up a Grave Birthing or a Spell Shrivel too, so yeah, that's fine. We'll take the Wasteland Strangler. I kind of like Skitterskin in this deck. It's like the deck isn't super aggressive yet, but it definitely could like take a hard turn into aggressive town. Yeah, let's do it. This pack is pretty good. There is a Clutch of Currents, there's a Sky Spawner, there's a Processor, Skitterskin and Breaker of Armies are both good, Myers Malice is fine, Vile Aggregates maybe even worth splashing. Cards that I'm interested in. Clutch of Currents and Sky Spawner. Clutch of Currents is a tempo spell, and we don't really have a lot of those. Which is pretty good. We have like a bunch of 3-drop spells or creatures right now. And that'd mean 4. Sky Spawner makes a Scion token, and it works really well with black overrun for Eldrazi. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that. That was my point. Alright, well we got a second one. So here's hoping we get a Swarm Surge. That's what it's called, by the way. Swarm Surge. Alright, there's our Swarm Surge. There's also a Silent Skimmer, an Incubator Drone, an Evolving Wilds, and potentially a Rush of Ice. I think I have to prioritize this pretty highly. It's really good with a bunch of evasive guys, and that's what this deck is. So we're gonna go ahead and take it over like mana fixing and stuff. I'm gonna take the Demon's Grasp. I'm not sure if I necessarily want to play it, but it's there if I need it. I'm gonna take a Merc Strider here. It's a second Swarm Surge, so we could have taken that Evolving Wilds. Let's see. I think I actually want a Salvage Drone in this deck. I'm not quite sure if that's right, but I'm gonna take it. I could also consider playing Witness the End, especially over Warden of Geometries, actually. Now that I have 2 Eldrazi Sky Spawners. There's a Grave Birthing too? Sure. We're definitely playing Grave Birthing over Abstruse Interference. Might not be playing this Containment Membrane. Well, Undo Great Horn kind of brick walls my team, doesn't it? My ground guys, anyway. So now that I have Grave Birthing, I'm gonna cut Salvage Drone. Grave Birthing's a little bit more reliable way of exiling something anyway. I like Demon's Grasp as a way to like, get big things out of the way. And with Witness the End, Merc Strider is a fine alternative to the Clutch of Currents. So we've got 4 not colorless creatures. Okay. Do I want one of these? Yeah, I'll take it. It's definitely the worst card in the pack that it was in. For us, anyway. I don't actually want Pathfinder that much anymore. It's kind of mana intensive, and our deck definitely took a turn for the aggressive, which is great because we have all of these come into play tapped lands. I'll take Bone Splinters just in case, but we're not gonna main deck it. I think Demon's Grasp was a little bit better for that. Incubator Drone is making the cut now, but against a more aggressive deck, it might be good. So this deck is cool, right, guys? Yeah, deck's sweet. Kind of interested to see how the Swarm Surge plan plays out. Especially with double Sky Spawner, Gravity Negator, like double Skitter Skin. We'll see how that goes. So, yeah, we're just gonna add some basics. Should be about 50-50. Like 6 and 6 I think is actually fine. Yeah. So I'll submit that and I'll see you guys in round 1.